When I give you your location, you are going to take everything with you. Listen carefully, please. 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. Take everything with you, please. Stack your cards in the middle of your table. Or you want to take all of your things to the table out. Okay, stack your cards down. You all need your own piece of paper. Stack your cards. You all need your own piece of paper.
Is it only us?
Yes. So stack your cards and you all need your own piece of paper. You all need your own piece of paper, please. Yeah, you each need a piece. Just one though for each person. What is it? Okay. I'm gonna have your attention up here once you have your paper out, and I want you guys to think about functions. Remember, a function is when you have a story where one variable depends on the other. So in our curriculum, in the books that we use, what are the 4 ways that functions are presented to you? Sometimes it's a equation. Sometimes it's a story. Equation and story. What else? A graph and a table. Okay, so you guys are very used to these 4 ways. So thinking about those 4 components, now what I want you to do for about 2 minutes on your own paper is jot down, write down words, write down examples, draw pictures, anything that you can think of pertaining to your type of a function. Here's what I mean by your type. If you are in a table that is an even number, you're going to think about exponential functions. If you are at a table that has an odd number, you are thinking about linear functions. So 2 minutes independently, the first part is on your own. Write down, draw, anything you can think about. Even exponential, odd linear, try to think about these 4 components. We'll go 2 minutes and then share.
Do you have a Clorox swipe?
Go ahead.
Do you have a Clorox swipe? Someone had a
I'll find something, you start writing. Okay, you're working independently at this point. You're jotting down anything you can remember.
Well, you have to figure out linear and exponential.
Okay. Now, for the next 2 minutes, talk with the people at your table. What did you guys come up with? Maybe somebody at your table wrote down an equation and you were not thinking about the equation, and somebody else made a graph and you were thinking about a graph. Share your ideas at your table. Again, see if you can discuss all 4 components in these next 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Well, I just got it, sure.
For the graph goes evenly, where the big of that, 7 numbers.
What'd you do, Hunter?
I made
Not straight.
I made a graph, whatever this is. Yeah. And then I wrote down some stuff.
Well, then why would it be added?
Straight line.
The numbers place.
Okay, it sounds like you guys have wrapped up that conversation. So, you are gonna have again 2 more minutes. This time, planning. Each group is going to be designing a poster around your type of function. So either exponential or linear. Your goal is to incorporate all 4. Now, you guys, some classes have done this differently. In last class, I had some people that wrote a story. They wrote the equation for that story. Their table was for that story, and their graph was for that story. Like, it was all related. And then I had other groups that just gave me a story they remembered from the book, and a totally different equation that they remembered from the book, or they made it up. They made up a table of data, they drew a generic graph. How you do this is totally up to you, but I would like you to plan with your table for about 2 more minutes how you can incorporate all 4 onto your poster while I'm getting them passed out to you. Go ahead, start planning.
I put the rest of
Okay, do not start while I'm passing these out. You're still planning. Which one do you guys have? Remember, it's based on your card. I know, it is. Post it. It is sticky. Okay, we have about 1 more minute for planning before we begin. What's your card? 2 is even, they're exponential, you're right.
It's about
Let me start.
Yes, okay, we are going to have about, we'll say 15 to 20 minutes of work time. We're gonna set the clock for 15 and then we will kind of see where we're at from there. I will get you guys, I have a couple marker totes to pass out to the rest of the tables. You may help yourself too. Rulers, meter sticks are back here on the whiteboard ledge. Otherwise, I think you pretty much have everything you need. If you think of something else, let me know, okay?
Watch out, man.
Go for it. We'll go 15 minutes to begin. Am I able to do what? I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can. I'll let you do that because I do have one too missing, even from the last class. Okay. Every day. Wow, that is a fast growing yard. How much money will we have after 10 weeks? Excellent. So I see down here, $10 starting at 10. So we already had $10 saved up like 10 start back. Start whenever you want. You can start at 0. However you guys want to do it, it's totally up to you. I think that sounds great. Technically, no, you can have a y except with 0, so you can just leave it just like that. Yeah. Okay. They are, there's one here, Jordan, or else on the whiteboard list. If you want a wooden one.
Should we like or just start with this one?
Make sure you are inputting your ideas and helping with the poster. That gets your hold up, right?
Why don't you write it on a piece of
Maybe,
paper just to make sure?
What?
Nine.
Okay.
Let's do what?
What's the story problem, guys? It's about tacos. We're using tacos for this.
And got
For tacos.
We're trying to get in even number, right? Okay.
I wrote how many again. Oh. How many butters?
Sarah got 35.
I'm from Ellen.
Why are you right? Sarah got
So what are you guys doing?
Use one of these. Equations. Yeah. Well, I gotta know the story. I know, I'm just saying, use one of these. No.
Oh, it's with the R. Yeah. Grocery.
Can you please spell this? Can you please spell this?
Like a picture story.
Absolutely. Like, what are you thinking? Because so your graph shows starting at 0 and then going up by 2 every whatever. So is this $2 every $2 every hour? Is it 2 hot dogs per person? Is it, you know what I mean? How do you get, what's your story?
Payment double starting at 2.
You can total, that would be a linear story, absolutely.
But what did our John
You can. I've had some groups last year that it was all unrelated, or last class that it was all unrelated, and other groups where it was all related. It is up to you how you do that. Yes.
He's probably like after this. He's after this.
Wow. The only thing I would do is the first time, the first time, or whoever most of them okay, good. They are up on the whiteboard ledge. Let's go. So now you guys have your story, you have your equation, you're working on table and graph, correct? Alright, sounds good. I'll work there. What's the pay for day 1? Oh, I see it, $2, I just saw it. Awesome. Okay. So in your generic what's the generic equation for linear? you start with M is
Without
your,
using a calculator.
what is your one? That is your X. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys back up for just a minute. What is the story you're thinking? Tell me your story. Aiden gets paid every hour. I know. Let's go with it for now. So, what is Caden's rate? $2 every hour. That's right here. $2 every hour. And did he start with it? Did he already have $10 in his piggy bank? Did he have no money to begin with? What? You started with 0. Okay. So you wouldn't feel like because winning big and $2 per hour Okay. That one will work if you just add an M in front of it, because then it would be your generic equation. Perfect.
No, I think this is how much money you're gonna owe, and then this is how much. What? How much money is it though? How much money is gonna be the top of it? Like, how much money is it?
Do you want to white out the whole thing and start over, or are there any pieces you want to keep?
Like about the stories that you have.
Free?
I want you to make sure that this makes sense.
Yes. Here you go. I don't think it'll show up as much when you put your other things on top.
Okay, what? See?
420.
Where do I write it? I'll write it right.
So you told like Dave how much tacos you have sold.
Is that a C?
Yeah. 450. Do we have a plus sign in it?
Does a linear equation have a plus sign?
Yes? No.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
How does linear grow?
Plus, add.
By adding.
Okay, so 450 plus every pack.
So what's your guys' story?
Sarah went to the grocery store to get Gatorade for her daughter's volleyball team. She ended up buying 36 six-packs of purple and blue Gatorade. Each pack cost $4.50. How much money did all the Gatorade cost?
So we have the cost is 450
Per
pack.
So you have to show me per pack somehow in your equation. Okay. No. If I could have you pause right where you are, turn your voices off, please. We're gonna go a few minutes to clean up, meaning markers put away, meter sticks, rulers, etc. back where you found them. And then I'm going to walk around to each table. Oh, I'll grab that just a second. I'll walk around to each table and tell you where you are hanging your poster. Okay. Listen for the directions, please. I would like you to, when I say rotate, you are going to rotate to a poster of the same topic. Here's what I mean by that. These three over here are exponential. These three over here are linear. I want you to compare the thoughts of the other groups to the thoughts of your group. Do you agree with what those story problems, graphs, equations, and tables look like? We'll take about 30 seconds to a minute of each poster. take a look at what they have. So over here, my exponential people, why don't you rotate clockwise? Make sense? My linear people, you're gonna rotate clockwise. Okay? Okay, go ahead and look at that first poster.
They did it upside. They did it upside down.
What do you mean by upside down?
I mean, unless it's gonna go like this. Unless
Right,
it's
you
gonna go
should
like
have
this.
your dependent on the top. Does it change the data?
Yeah, it would. Because wouldn't it start up here then?
Well, this says if
Yeah.
X is down here, that's an hour. Does it say that at 1 hour, they have $2?
Oh yeah, but it's the same data, but the independent dependent.
Right, this should be flipped, you are correct. You guys are starting to recognize that they always do independent first.
That's right too.
That would be good. So here's their generic, no starting point,
Okay.
because they start at 0.
But you don't know which
Good.
one's why.
Okay, rotate to the last poster of the same topic. Thank you. What I would like you to do now, this is gonna be a little bit more confusing, you need to find one poster of the opposite topic. And be thinking about how exponential and linear are different. Okay, at this time, I would like everybody to return to the table where you worked. Return to the table where you worked. Alright, you guys really quick pull all your thoughts together because we're kind of to the point in the book where we should be able to, at a very minimum, recognize the difference between the two. It should be very easy to spot the difference. So if we are talking about exponential, somebody tell me one component of exponential. It could be related to those 4 up top.
Has an exponent.
Okay, in the what?
Yeah.
Good. In the equation, what did I say? Has an exponent in the equation. Excellent. What else? John? Sorry. Okay, it's multiplication. What's that do to those numbers? Cody, you mentioned it over there. Adding makes the numbers grow a lot, what? Smaller. Okay, so exponential with multiplying goes a lot quicker. What else can you guys tell me about exponential? Jocelyn? Nonlinear. You guys, that's the standard. Technically, it says, can you recognize nonlinear functions? What else? Somebody tell me something about the graph. We haven't talked, oh wait, no, we haven't talked about your graph. This is exponential. Which one is it? Carter?
It doesn't go straight. It can go very low, and then it can rise just straight up.
Okay, so should we say starts flat and curves up?
Yeah.
There.
Would you just say slope?
You could say there's a slope. Yeah. So what have we done? Oh, what about the table of data? Could you tell us about that a little bit? Well, I guess it's kind of up there in a way.
It's like, it's doubling or it's tripling, it's going up times 3, times 2 every time.
Sure, I'm gonna add those examples behind multiplication.
Quadrupling.
Tripling. I think that's right. It's not telling me it's wrong. Okay, now let's go back to linear. I'm very impressed, you guys. We have not done linear since the beginning of the year. That did not seem to be a huge issue for you guys. What do you know about linear? Damon? Line is straight.
You mean the line's equal?
What do you mean by that?
Like it's all. Sorry. If the line equals, like it goes straight up. Not like it's straight, but it's equal and it adds by the same number.
Okay, it goes back to adding by the same number.
Addition.
Kaden, you wanna add to that?
instead of multiplication, it's addition.
Okay, addition, and then we'll add what Carter said, by a steady rate. What else? Kale? No exponent, absolutely not. What else?
Rise over run.
Ooh, rise over run. What is that? What's he talking about for rise over run? Slope. Slope is rise.
You cannot.
Ooh, I cannot type today. Rise over run. Anything else you can tell me about linear?
Oh,
David?
Doesn't the dependent clause depend on the?
Okay, doesn't the dependent depend on the independent? You guys, that is the definition of a function. So all of these are functions. For instance, back here, the cost depends on how many packs of Gatorade you bought. Over here, exponential, the money they made depended on how many days they mowed the lawn. I'll take that job. That one doubles every day. I'll work at Pizza Hut, that doubles every day. What else?
For linear, it has a basic equation.
Okay, what is that equal, do you remember that?
Y equals mx plus b.
Y equals mx plus b. We can add that. A lot of people are remembering that as well. Okay, how are you guys feeling? Self-assess. Yeah? No? Show me. How are you feeling with the difference between?
Oh, we got this.
Some of you lost your thumbs last night.